of the challenge is just tell me about Homestuck.
Oh man.
But it doesn't even say like how much or
how much.
like. So just
Because we both have
I'll
to
try
cut
to
it
give
off.
you the broad strokes.
Just start from the beginning.
all right. Broad stroke.
Homestuck
I tried that, didn't work.
is okay. It's technically a webcomic, but it's actually more accurate to call it a interactive web experience. And no, I'm not saying that to make it sound like silly. It's actually like that. It's a story told through the medium of comic panels and chat logs and interactive flash games and movies and so forth. At its core, it's a story about 4 friends on the internet who play a video game that destroys the universe.
Ooh.
And then it gets weird.
All right.
After that.
After that
destroyed the universe.
Yeah. It's a modern day epic, and I use that term correctly in this context. It's a very big story covering a lot of ground, a lot of characters, and a lot of interesting themes. It's extremely well written, really interesting, and very, very flavored by the time in which it was written. Like it's about us actually. Like it's about, nerd culture, pop culture, I mean, like it's about kids growing up on the internet, becoming friends with one another. Also aliens doing the same thing.
Well, they would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and it's actually really good.
Cool.
Try to avoid the sort of the fan base has a reputation for being very evangelical, but
It's
it's not. I don't actually think it's that much worse than anime fans. So
There's a lot of fandoms that
Yeah.
are no bueno.
so
it may vary depending on your experience.
yeah, my recommendation for if you want to get into it is maybe try reading Problem Sleuth first. It's a different work also by Andrew Hussey, the author. It's much shorter, and it sort of introduces a lot of the storytelling style and the humor style. And if you're into that, you will probably like Homestuck. Some people have said that they like one and not the other. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. But yeah, if you do want to start reading, start at the beginning. Read all the pester logs, which are the little chat or text pop-ups at the bottom of the screen. Don't skip anything.
Yeah.
Some people will tell you just like, oh, skip ahead to when the trolls show up. It's like, no. If you're gonna read it, read it.
Fair enough.
I tried to get into it once and bounced off it fairly hard.
Yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed it one time when I was literally hired as a photographer to photograph a Homestuck themed birthday party.
All right.
That was amazing. That was super fun.
Did you get great paint on your camera?
I did not actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Skills.
You were careful.
I tried Homestuck and I bounced off around page 630 due to the length of the pester logs. So once the trolls get introduced, the pester logs just go way out of whack.
Yeah. It's there's some adjustment because nothing else is written quite like it. You know what it kind of reminds me of? The novel of Train Spotting. How it's written in in slang.
Right.
And the first little while it's actually incomprehensible because it's written in Scottish slang.
Right.
And it looks like gobbledygook.
Mm-hmm.
But once you sort of break through that and are actually able to grok it, it's it's an interesting read.
All right.
So anyway.
Well, that was
Cool.
great. Thank you. There's I see another couple, or at least one other this or that suggestion in here. I'm gonna make a request, which is that if you do submit one, can you have some ancillary information about the thing? Because there's one here that sounds really interesting, and it's hacker, alias, or let's player. But it's
But that's it.
it just says hacker or let's player. I'm like, hacker from what? Like from real life, from a book,
Well,
for let's player from where?
That's a disadvantage where they're clearly expecting you to assemble the list, and you're kind of busy.
Yeah. No. They have the list.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But it's just like this name, hacker. I'm like, what does that mean? From where? Right? I want some context. For that last one, for the Star Trek one, it would have been great to be like, this is a romance novel by this person, published in this year, right?
Yeah.
Could somebody help
So
me?
the ancillary trivia really makes the this or that shine Alex,
Could someone help me define the term grok?
understand.
Yeah.
To understand on a
It's
fundamental
G-R-O-K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What is
you're
it
okay.
from?
Uh,
I don't know.
It's from Stranger in a Strange Land.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh.
it's to grasp or understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to understand.
Okay.
I believe it's actually a little deeper than that.
It's to completely understand.
Yeah, to completely understand in a on a fundamental level.
If you Google it, to understand something intuitively or by empathy. Because of all the commercials, children grok things immediately. Is how is the thing on Google that it says. Yeah. Yeah, it's from Heinlein from Stranger in a Strange Land.
I also saw in the chat people talking in relation to Homestuck 17776, which
I've heard it's quite good. I haven't
is
gotten around to it.
100% worth your time. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it before I got busy with Desert Bus, but it's very excellent. It's about football
In space.
in the future.
I would just
Yeah, I
really
remember
like
that.
hearing
That was
every
very
book
good.
say
It's so
football.
good.
Like, I've just heard that it's like a post-scarcity sci-fi where humanity's run out of stuff to do, so they just keep playing football. But it gets very, very strange.
Yes,
Oh, the oh yes,
Yeah.
that's really funny. Yeah.
it's amazing.
All right.
It's great.
Football. All right.
Football.
For
Football.
ESPN.
Let's play some
really
Epsons.
Yeah, it's not
Do you
actually
know-
about football.
Do you know where that mohawk wig is?
I sure don't.
I'm asking Ian.
No, I didn't even know we had a mohawk.
Oh, it's got like it's like a skull cap with
Yeah,
mohawk
we
on
definitely
it.
have one.
Yeah, and there's a challenge for Ian to wear it for a few minutes.
I'd be happy to do that, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know where it is.
You want to go dig it out or see if you can find it?
Sure.
Have we used it on Feed Dump yet?
Don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Darn, that was going to narrow down where it was.
That still narrows down where it might be.
Okay.
I don't know. Also explains why I haven't seen it.
Ah,
Who won Kathleen's trivia challenge earlier? Why, engineering won today.
yeah.
Go engineer.
And what did they win? A variety of stuff, I
A
think.
variety of stuff that Emily got at the dollar store. So,
Yep.
oh,
A
wait,
mason
wait,
jar,
yeah,
the
yeah,
number
yeah.
7.
Map has turned his number
Nice.
7 into some
Nice.
sort of talisman necklace to proclaiming his trivia superiority.
Beautiful.
I assume James is still toying with his spyglass.
Oh, also, before we completely leave post-scarcity sci-fi, I just started getting into the culture series, starting with player games. I dig it.
I
think it's really good.
That Ian M. Banks?
Yes,
Ian
that's
Banks.
when we did the Zangief stories at
We
Undertows.
were-
That is right.
We were
Yeah,
joking.
it's pretty cool.
We were joking last night, Alex, that Bucky O'Hare, their ship in Bucky O'Hare sounds like a culture ship because it's named the Righteous Indignation.
Yep. Wow, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the basic the understanding that I have of the book series is that like it's a series of stories that take place within this like far-flung future society called the culture that exists in sort of post-scarcity, which is to say that all of humanity's problems have been solved,
Yeah.
and now it's what they're
But
up
now
to.
it's time to invent new problems.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the sort of core conflict is a bit like Star Trek's core conflict, where they've solved their problems, but the rest of the galaxy hasn't.
Yeah.
And so they're going around helping.
Helping.
Sometimes, actually. I mean, I've only read the one book, but I really enjoyed it.
The best part about the series is definitely all the spaceships, though.
Oh man, the spaceships have real good names.